Hey everybody. You know how sometimes you're coming to the end of your grocery supplies and you look in the fridge and you go, I don't even know, what do we have? So I found 4 small potatoes. So I dollared those out, relatively thin. I found 5, I don't know, medium, small to medium, thin, skinny carrots. So I dollared those out in kind of semi-thick chunks. I saw 1 small red pepper. So I just kind of cut the top off, cut it into strips, and then just sliced rings. So we have those, and I found 1 small onion. So again, I just dollared that out as well. 2 chicken breasts I took out this morning, not knowing what I was gonna make. Sometimes that happens. I wish I had some green in here, but my beans and my broccoli went bad. So spinach would be nice, but no, I don't have anything green. So these colors are gonna have to do. I don't know what I'm gonna make for dinner, but I know I'm gonna start by small pot of water, bring it to a boil for a couple minutes with the potatoes and the carrots. At the same time, I'm gonna get this large frying pan. I'm gonna get some olive oil and butter in there, and I'm gonna start at 2 out of 10, very low. I'm gonna start cooking down my onions and my red pepper. I think we're gonna have rice with this. I might do a spicy turmeric rice. So we get a bright yellow from the turmeric, and we get a little bit of heat from the crushed chili pepper flake. But I have no idea what I'm gonna do to season the, I guess you could call it a chicken stir fry, because everything's gonna get fried in the pan together. We're just boiling the potatoes and carrots so they soften up just a little bit, but we want to keep them whole in the dish. Onions will shrivel up, peppers will shrivel up. Yeah, this should be interesting. I'm thinking some dried dill. Let's see, some dried dill and maybe some rosemary. I'm not sure if I have rosemary. So I got these done up, so let's get the potatoes and carrots in the little pot. Probably gotta add some more water. Let's get some olive oil and butter in the frying pan so we can start the onions and the red pepper at a 2 out of 10. And then let's dice up our chicken pretty small. Make sure the dog gets some. All right, so we got our chicken pieced up really small. And we got our hungry dog. There you go. You get some raw chicken, a little bit of fat. It's good for them. So we're gonna wait on the chicken because it's small pieces. It's not gonna take that long to cook. I'm gonna throw it into a bowl, and I'm going to season with dill weed and rosemary and salt and pepper. And then we're gonna let those sit in the bowl and kind of let those spices seep into the flesh while we are slowly, at a 1 out of 5 or a 2 out of 10, slowly bringing up the heat and cooking down our peppers and onions. And all I'm gonna season these with is salt, kosher salt, and black pepper. Here's your kosher salt. This is a largely granulated kosher salt, so as that melts into the oil buttery sauce, that'll pick up the flavors. And we got a little bit of black pepper. It's good enough to me. Now be sure to wipe off that scum on top of the boiling water when you get a chance before you add it to your stir-fried pan. So let's take that chicken, put it in a bowl, give the dog another piece, and see where we're at. Dill, rosemary, salt, pepper. Potatoes and carrots are done, so I've strained them. We're gonna throw those in the pot. And again, this is just one of those things. I was just looking at the ingredients and the grocery supplies that I had, and I thought, okay, well, let's just make a mashup of a bunch of different stuff. I have no idea if dill and rosemary go together. Sounds good. I don't know if a little crushed chili pepper flake and ground turmeric in my rice. I mean, I've had turmeric rice before. It's excellent. I've even thrown the dill in with the turmeric, but that was to go with fish. So maybe there's some experienced cooks out there that are going, "Oh, Billy, you're really the dog." You know what I mean? But I don't think so. I think it's all going to be okay. Because I cook with love. And my culinary ingenuity and innovation and creativity has not let me down too many times in the past. So, here at Billy G's Kitchen, on this terrific Thursday, we're going into the unknown. We're going to see what happens. So let me get this strainer in the sink, and let's get this little pot filled with just a touch, maybe about a cup of water. It's about a cup. We'll do a cup and a half. It might be closer to 2 cups. Same amount of water for the same amount of rice. So we're gonna bring that back up to a boil, but we're gonna wait a little bit because we are doing a low and slow cook on the veggies. And once those, once the olive oil kind of dissipates a little bit, we've got butter in there too. I can hear everything sizzling. So it's gonna brown everything really slow. If I turn the heat up, yes, it's gonna cook faster. And it'll char the potatoes a little bit faster, but I don't really know what I'm looking for. I'm just kind of going by the seat of my pants. So, anxiously and eagerly I wait. Haha, look at that. I didn't see it at first, but I just realized I have a large green bell pepper. That'll be the green that I want. So I'm gonna chop about half of it up into thin ringlets and get that in the pan. That's enough. Now that's a better looking display. I don't know if this is gonna be overboard or not, but I found this packet of chicken gravy. So I put about a cup of water in this little sauce pot. I'm gonna put that gravy mix in, and we're gonna put that on a number 4.5 out of 10, and that'll come to a slow rolling boil. We'll make sure to mix it along the way so the fats don't get stuck to the bottom and the sides. As you can hear, this beautiful medley is sauteing, frying away. Still low and slow. It's only 2 out of 10, 1 out of 5. I'm gonna wait till I see some browning on those potatoes. And when you're doing this, if you decide to do this, make sure that you're folding instead of mixing aggressively or violently, because those potatoes will fall apart. I've already had it happen to a couple. And I mean, if you want to steam everything and get everything a little bit softer and cook faster, you can throw a lid on top. I don't want to do that, so I'm not going to do that. Chicken's still ready to go. Gravy's going to go in, kind of like that. Give it a little mix around, make sure all the powder gets wet. Take the clumps out of there if you can. I had a little bit of herbs in there too, that's nice. So again, slow rolling boil. Turn that to a 4.5 out of 10. That'll come up in a few minutes. So just remember to stir that along the way. Nice. All right, so our gravy is boiling. We've stirred it up a little bit. We're gonna turn the heat off. Let it kind of simmer down, because we're gonna be adding that to the vegetables and chicken. So we're cooking away, cooking away. The potatoes, some of them have started to get a little bit brown on one side. So that was the indicator that I'm looking for, that it's time to add my chicken. Give that a mix around, kind of like that. And you can see what I mean by the potatoes are starting to brown just a little bit. So we're gonna wanna try to get that chicken close to the bottom. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna throw a lid on this, and we're gonna steam the chicken as well as keep stirring it every 5 minutes or so, and get that chicken nice and tender and mixed in with the vegetables. And once that chicken's fully cooked, then we're gonna add our gravy. Might add a touch more water just so we get a little depth in the liquidity. And once I see the chicken cooked, I'm gonna start boiling the water for the rice, quick rice, and I'm gonna season that with crushed chili pepper flake, just a little bit, for a little bit of a heat, and some turmeric, like so. All right, like I said, so I added a little bit of water, maybe another half cup, and added a little bit of salt to kind of maintain that gravy flavor. We've been going for about a minute and a half with the lid on. You can see that chicken is already starting to steam. Give it another little stir. Also, when you put a lid on, that steam hits the bottom of the lid and falls back down like rain, maintaining the level of moisture in your mix. When you cook it open face like this, all that steam you see disappearing is all moisture evaporating. We'll throw that lid back on. I mean, it smells glorious, if you're wondering. I really don't know how it's going to turn out. My wife will be home soon, so we might be ordering pizza, and if that's the case, I'm still going to put this video out and let you know what not to do with your things. Oh, have a look at that chicken now. It looks nice. Oh, I should mention too, I took maybe a quarter cup of pickle juice from the dill pickle jar, and I threw that in too, and that's how our moisture level came up like that. So that's all kind of just bathing in olive oil, butter, and dill pickle juice right now. I'm gonna stop adding things at this point because at some point the taste trains are gonna collide in a very bad way. Right now the track is clear, I think, and I think we're gonna be okay. I mean, it looks marvelous. I haven't used that word in a while, but it truly does. I can't wait. So we got a slow rolling boil on our gravy, which I watered down and salted. The vegetables look like they're close to done, so I'll turn on high boiling heat for this little saucepan, pot, whatever. I'm gonna throw some kosher salt in there, and when that comes to a boil, I'm going to add the equivalent amount of rice. And once I add the rice, I will quickly add the ground turmeric, which will give it a bright yellow appearance, and add a little heat to it with some crushed chili pepper flake. Give it a good mix, throw a lid on it, take it off the heat, and wait 5 minutes. And while that's setting, we will be adding our gravy and kind of simmering everything together. God, I hope this works. She's good. She's starving. So am I. All right, gravy's going in. We're gonna let that simmer down and thicken up. I'm debating whether or not to add a little cornstarch or flour just to thicken it up a bit. I might do that. All right, little glass of water, juice cup, cornstarch, 1 scoop, 2 small scoops, maybe about a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons into this warm water. Wow, that looks fantastic. Okay, now we're just gonna pour this in. Now we're gonna cover it up. We'll give that a chance to thicken up. Water's boiling. Turn the heat off. Take your quick rice. Make sure to measure carefully. Put as close to an equivalent amount of rice as you have water. Give it a mix. Turmeric. Crushed chili pepper flake. Not a lot. Just a little touch of heat. Give it a mix. Such a beautiful, bold and spicy mustard yellow. It goes a brighter yellow if you don't add the red chili pepper flake, obviously. But now we're gonna throw a lid on it. It's off the heat. And we'll let that steam and fatten up. Let's go back over here. Take our spoon. Make sure nothing is congealing at the bottom, which everything feels pretty loose. I can see that cornstarch is already taking effect with the gravy, starting to thicken up. Getting excited. And see what happens when you pre-season your chicken in a bowl. All that dill and rosemary is sticking to the chicken, even with all this additional liquid and moisture that we're putting on. It's not washing off. So every bite is going to be a rosemary dill-filled delight. So now we're going to keep the lid off, and we're just going to keep simmering this down while we wait for our rice. And then we'll be ready to plate. Oh man, look at how beautiful this pan of chicken gravy covered dill and rosemary chicken with potatoes, onions, carrots, green and red bell pepper. Look how beautiful that looks. There's one thing that we're missing for this meal, and we didn't have it, so I didn't make it. And that would be some kind of a roll or biscuits. Just sop up that beautiful gravy. I gotta think about plating. Something easy, doable, that screams out Billy G. Okay, rice is done. Whatever that is done. So, this is a nice little trick I like to use. If you'd like to use it too, feel free. I take this little glass, right? A little juice glass. I'm going to take a spoon, I'm going to spoon my rice into the glass. And then I'm going to take the bottom of the spoon and I'm going to press it down when it gets full. And then I'm simply going to, right in the middle of the plate, give it a little tap, and we should have somewhat of a pyramidal structure of rice right in the middle. And then we're going to put this, I don't know what to call it, around the outside, like a castle, a rice castle with a moat of delicious, tender dill rosemary chicken and all the rest of that stuff. See that? Look at that. Nice. Let's do it again. Another one. I don't know, does that look appetizing? See? Want to talk about a hearty meal? God, I hope it tastes good. Happy Thursday, everybody. Hope everybody has a wonderful Friday and an even better weekend. Eat well, be well. See you next time.